Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Strategic Feminine here on YouTube. And of course, we like to focus on all things feminine, all things girly, all things womanly in essence. So if you're interested, do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications, and also, stay into this video that we have going on. We're going to be talking about the throat spray girl and the nonchalant YN Dreadhead who played her, acting like he was going to fly her out and then didn't. So I know I'm a little late, as of course of always. I'm on my own colored people timing, but I am wanting to come in here and give y'all a little bit of the tea because I'm telling y'all this was ghetto. This was straight. This was the ghetto ratchetness that I needed in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell y'all a lot about this craziness. Who's in the trap? Who's in the trap before I get into the drama? Who's in the trap? And then I'll start from there. So if y'all do not know, if y'all been living under a rock, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. The throat spray girl go ahead and she went like she did her own TikTok series, basically exposing her own desperation. And she ended up, getting a little bit more than she bargained for. A lot has came out in the case against, the throat spray girl and the nonchalant dreadhead dude and the flued out desperation that was happening over the weekend or for Valentine's Day specifically. So I'm gonna play some clips, some of the TikTok stories, just so y'all can see like the ghetto-ness that I'm talking about. Because when I tell y'all, this was absolutely insane. And honestly, before I get started, I'm gonna just tell y'all for real, it is better to have a poor experience with a man and keep that to yourself than to explode, like completely expose, your own desperation, your own lack of self-worth, and then put that on the internet for everyone else to see. If you ask me, this seems like some 304 shenanigans gone wrong. If you ask me, this doesn't seem like women who are looking to find love or husbands or nothing like that. This seems like niggas that were looking for a lick. These seems like girls who were looking for an opportunity. And it all ended with desperation and everyone looking crazy. And I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all, because I don't shy away from any ratchetness, y'all. I don't care about ratchetness on my channel. I think it's actually quite entertaining, some, bottom level ratchetness. So I'm just gonna show y'all what's been going on. The lady's name is Slim Thick Kim, which is already crazy. But Slim Thick Kim came on TikTok to tell y'all that she got played by a man and that she paid for her own flued out tickets and all of that. So I don't know. Like, it really is. It just seems to be an epidemic out here. I don't know. Everybody's looking for themselves a man. It seems like can't nobody keep one. And then the ones that can keep one, they out here playing stupid for men who are two time and double time and triple time and them. So I'm just confused. You know what I'm saying? Is a man worth that if you got a triple time and triple time and quadruple time? So I'm just gonna show y'all what Slim Thick Kim had to say. Her whole story time exposing this desperate, little YN dude who was looking for coochie in all the wrong places. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry.
And for the record, okay, I suck dick. Period. I don't need no sore throat spray, no none of that shit. I bought it because I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna suck him off the bone. Bitch, he look good. I was gonna do him in. I sure was. I'm honest. And for the record, okay, I suck dick. Period. I don't need no sore throat spray, no none of that shit. I bought it because I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna suck him off the bone.
The throat spray was something new to me. Y'all girls are some freaks, okay? Y'all are some freaks. Cause what in the world? I had never heard of nobody picking out some throat spray. He was like, I was about to do him in. Girl, what? Some stranger?
Story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young lit nigga that's lit on the internet. And to me, I felt like he was like was cat. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to get you me or whatever like that. So he like, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, because like, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark skinned niggas. And when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit. Or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck, or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, like always posting mad money, etc. So like that's my type. I love me a hood, get money nigga. So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number and like he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was little signs that I didn't like. Like if I'm on vacation with my kids, like I remember I posted my drink or whatever and I didn't text him right back. And he's on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting. Like that right there was like you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like chill out. But I let him slide. So we plan to see each other or whatever like this, like whatever like that on this Saturday. That's it, this Saturday, right? And we planned for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And he really was on some shit where like he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a fake page at first or whatever like that because it just was like too good to be true. So we were only text and like he'll tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So bitch, I started thinking like, bitch, I'm gonna get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like the Wednesday before the Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy. He FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone before you really couldn't. Like he'd just be texting and shit like that. So he FaceTime me. He was real, looked the same, looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk, and I'm like, like you ready? Like I'm at the nail salon. I'm like, you ready? Like I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? Like you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is like kind of off. Like you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. Like I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land. I think my flight would land like 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like, you can still come. I'm good. I'm gonna just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house, and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that, or whatever the case may be. So I still go. Like, I get my nails and I run to the mall. I get everything I need. I pack my shit.
Now I know didn't anybody specify that this was some 304 shh, but I'm gonna be honest, this seems like some 304 shh, if you ask me. Like most, sensible, mild, vanilla women, just us innocent ones, we don't, hop on a plane to go see no man just because he look good. We don't even like to go on dates just because a man look good. Let me just be for real. So honestly, she already started off because she said, "Well, he looked good on his FaceTime," so I was ready to go. So, girl, you had your throat spray and your breath mints in the bag already off of the strength of he looked good. Like this man looked good. And as women, we need to raise our standards. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're in the 304 business, girl, you need to raise your standards too. There ain't nothing wrong with, I'll be real. There's nothing wrong with you sitting there and being honest and living your life the way you need to. I'm not about to judge no grown woman. I'm my own girl woman. I make my own decisions. But what we're not gonna sit here and do is act like this won't no 304 flued out shh and act like you were just trying to find someone that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. That's not how this went down. So I don't like that. Everyone's dancing around the truth. This seems like some flued out bullshit where tricks and trickettes were looking to get a bag for Valentine's Day and it didn't work out. So that's why she's blasting everything. I don't think she was trying to meet this man or become his wife or, become his girlfriend or meet his baby or nothing like that. It doesn't seem like she was serious about him in that way. She was trying to get in them pockets, okay? And because she wasn't able to get in those pockets as deep as she wanted to, now she's crashing out online and telling everybody her business. Okay. Okay.
And I tell him like, all right, I'm for the land this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport, I board the flight or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Cigna or something like that. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's.
Mind you, she just said that she tried to book the hotel room and the flights and everything last minute for Valentine's Day. Now, this is a complete role reversal. If he didn't ask you on a date for Valentine's Day, whether y'all was tricking, whether y'all was going to start a relationship, whatever the situation was going to be, if he didn't initiate and put in the pot some money to make this dream happen, girl, you shouldn't have been worrying about it, especially not for Valentine's Day, because I will say that men definitely go out of their way for the woman that they want on the days that they need to, especially days like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. Men are people too. They're humans. They want the same amount of validation that we want. They want the same amount of respect and adoration that we want. So I definitely can see him trying to get somebody to room with him for Valentine's Day. I don't see you being his first choice only because you're paying for your own hotel, your own nails, your whole everything. Now, if you were a pro in these streets, girl, you would know that a trick or a sponsor or whatever y'all like to call it, because it does seem like some 304 to me, would have already had a deposit ready for you. You always need a deposit, especially when you're dealing with big money. Okay? Okay. Let me go ahead and let her tell the rest of your story, y'all.
Day weekend. So he like, nah, you gotta call. So I called and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like literally it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm gonna get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like I'll book the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when a mishap coming because I get it. Okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So now we got to go stay somewhere else, which is cool because I think a hotel is better anyway because you don't know me and I don't know you, and it's more safer. I feel like. So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room. I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a motherfucking hotel for you to come fuck on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something. I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. Yo, so we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land and I'm like, you really arguing over a 300 something dollar hotel, but you scamming, you hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean like 20, $30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get there. I'm gonna figure this shit the fuck out. Cause I mean, why wouldn't I? Like it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come there. You wanted to come. Now I agree we wanted to see each other, but still, like what? So when I landed, the nigga arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter, stay home with your kid. Go ahead and bond. I'm cool. Like I ain't even link you no more, etc. Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. And you talking about another nigga? That's your response? Y'all, he kept fucking arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because yo, he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel. Y'all, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I ain't even I left that nigga on red. Like I stopped responding and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just like mad because I trip. Like Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but like just to go and spend that much money, it was just like I could have went somewhere else. Like that was kind of crazy. So me personally, I just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept because I done dealt with some big money niggas. Like I mean, rich niggas like that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not gonna say who the fuck he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And niggas with money ain't complaining. They're not doing all that. Like I'm telling you, they're not doing all that. Like
So another mistake that I feel like she's doing right now, okay? So she's comparing this man to other men that she's already dealt with before in the past, however successful or non successful those situations have went. She's thinking like, okay, he gonna be on the caliber of these dudes because he's presenting himself a particular way. Okay. So already she's messing up the game. You're messing up the game because not only are you telling on your other clients, because girl, they're clients. They're not boyfriends. These are not husbands. These are not people you were in a long term relationship with. I refuse to believe it. So these are clients that you're picking up and that you're picking, and now you're like dry snitching. You're not saying who it is, but you saying that we know them. So clearly we know who this person is. And you're dry snitching again to let everybody know, the entire world know that you're lit. But if you truly believe that you were this lit, you wouldn't have bought your own hotel ticket or nothing like that. Even if this is something that you've done previously before and it worked out for you, I'm going to show y'all, Got It Boy's response. That's a boy who she said scams and stuff like that. And this with the money. You're already thirsty because you was entirely too invested in this man's situation and y'all didn't know each other from a can of paint. Y'all knew each other from Instagram, but like y'all ain't hang out or nothing like that. You don't know who this man is or nothing. So you know he's scam. How you know that? He told you, y'all got on the phone. You thought that was cute that he likes to take money from, innocent, hardworking people. Like, I don't, yeah, and this is why, and I understand, and a lot of people on YouTube like to shy away from ghetto content. Y'all know, yeah, they don't like the ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh no, that's so ghetto. No, I'll show the ghetto-ness on my channel just so y'all see. This is why you cannot stay in a ghetto mindset. Because you will sit there and think that stupid is like success. Like being in a ghetto mindset means, oh, this man got chains. He driving a car. He must got something. When when you get out there in the real world and you get outside of, your impoverished black town or black hood or black poverty or black PJ, whatever you call it, right? The projects. Once you get out of that situation, you're gonna understand that dudes with cars are like, flies on the wall. They You shouldn't be hyped that a dude got a car. Those are like flies on the wall. You can find those anywhere. They attracted to like poop. And then on top of that, having a chain and stuff like that, all that means is that he's trying to portray a particular image. And what you need to understand is, and I'm going to just give y'all the game, there are men who have nice cars, the cars that y'all think is popping, nice chains and wearing nice clothes, the clothes that y'all think are popping, only to catch y'all. Only to catch y'all. Nothing else. They only wear those chains because they know stupid bird brain girls like this is gonna jump. That that's the only reason they do it. So I'm gonna continue on with the rest of this lady's story time, but I just have to give y'all the game right here, right now. Him wearing a chain and having a car is regular, degular stuff. That doesn't mean that he's going to invest in you, put any type of energy into you, or really treat you with any type of dignity or respect. And as a woman, that's all you really need, regardless of who you dealing with, is that he gives you dignity and respect. And on top of that, you know what I mean? The chains and stuff, you don't know if that's his. Somebody said, you don't know if that's his homeboy's chains. People borrow chains every day. I didn't know people borrow chains. This is a new world to me. So I'm glad, y'all getting me hip. I didn't know there was. They said y'all ain't gonna get no go yards. I didn't even know a go yard was a new popping bag. Okay, I was still stuck on Chanel's and Birkins. I didn't know that girls wanted girl yards now. So this situation is putting me on game to a lot of new stuff. But I will say, don't be like, because like they have spiders, they have webs, and those webs get flies caught into it, and that's how flies are. That's how spiders are able to eat. Don't be a fly to a spider, okay? Don't think, oh, he got all this fancy stuff. He wearing all this gold. He really is that dude. I'm gonna go ahead and just break my back for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go all the way out my way for him. That's not what you do, babe. That's not how you work that one at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and let her finish with the rest of her story time.
When you come see them, they have everything into play, everything booked, bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So to me, his life was just cat. And I never, to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything of that nature. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something, but like other than that, like that nigga don't be really doing shit like with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping, like something. Like, nah, he not doing none of that. So to me personally, the life is cat. And I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like I flew here to see you and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was, well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. Nigga, you never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said the fuck home. I'm not that pressed to see no nigga. Like, bitch, you know, I get niggas. Like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was gonna do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid, cause bitches do that. Like bitches that know it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh yeah, you not I'm gonna stick him with the kid because I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there. Story time on when I flew to another state to meet the
And another mistake that this lady is doing, girl, are you in your work uniform? Honey, are you sitting here so upset that you're in your work uniform on break, on your 15-minute break, sitting here calling this man out about why he made you spend $300 on a flight there and back and you didn't get to link him or have, sexual intercourse or get no money from him or get no shopping or no bags or nothing? Girl, come on. It is not that serious. She probably upset because she really thought she was finna hit a lick, being opportunistic. And I will tell y'all, being opportunistic as a woman, it is not what y'all think it is. Y'all think it's about to be, oh, I'm about to play into this villain role and I'm about to go get these dudes. I do him how he do you. These dudes be knowing that you're type from Jump Street. That's why he won't feeling her. So she over here in her workplace uniform, crashing out behind some dude. Like, ain't people got fired enough from TikTok? So, honey, you're about to mess up another job opportunity, your stable one. You're about to mess up your stable job opportunity because you're mad that some man on Instagram that you're not even sure really makes money may or may not be capped. After you're sure, it don't matter if he made money or not. You're sure that he didn't come see you when he was in your city, when you was in his city. You're sure of that. That absolutely 100% happened. So regardless of if he makes money or not, regardless of if he's keeping up with the Joneses or if he poor on the side, like that really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is he didn't choose you and he didn't come to see you when he said he would. He didn't keep his word. So yeah, she's that's how she's playing it off. But this isn't it, y'all. When I tell y'all grab y'all hats, grab y'all tea, this is not it. This is some ghetto stuff, but this is not it. So he comes on TikTok because he don't really do this. He used to tricking, but he not used to people calling him out. So he then comes on TikTok and says, "Hey, I got the screenshots for you." Homegirl, she really is like she was giving me too desperate. I had my daughter, and I really wasn't going to have her around my daughter. Of course not. This is a hoe. You're not gonna have a hoe around your daughter. You don't want your daughter coming out like that. So blah blah blah. Now, I'm gonna hold the rest of my commentary for the end, but this is what he's saying initially. So I'm gonna play his clips as well of him responding to going viral, and his name is Got It Boy, Gotti Boy, and this is what we be doing as women. This is who we be going for. Now, I will not say he's not fashionable. He definitely know how to dress, put that thing on. But this boy is not like this is a regular dreadhead, medium ugly dude. You can find these across the street. You can find these in the warehouse. You can find these anywhere. This is not a spectacular dude at all. He can put that thing on, he wearing a chain, but I'm pretty sure Atlanta culture different. Like even in my area, wearing a chain might be something, but like I am sure in Atlanta, that's nothing. I'm pretty sure everybody, I know for a fact, everybody walking around with something that costs more than $1,000. If it's not a chain, it's a bag, some shoes, a red bottom. So I'm gonna let him talk, but he looked good. He looked okay.
All right, look, this gonna be called the part one of if you're gonna tell the story then tell the full truth, you feel me? This part one of. So look, right, let me get this like straight to y'all. First and foremost, I'm not a YN, you know what I'm saying? I'm 25 years old, you know? But check this out. I'm not from Atlanta at all. You feel me? I live in Atlanta now. I'm from Iraq. You feel me? But all this, like, okay, well, we gonna start off with the whole he flew me out type thing. You know, I never flew out. So this whole oh yeah, he flew me out and put me on Spirit Airlines. Shit is cap. You know what I'm saying? I never flew out. I never paid for no flight. You feel me? None of that. You get what I'm saying? Now I really don't know how to like to work it as far as in like if I can post the messages when I'm talking type shit. I don't know if I can do that shit on here, but I'm finna try it though. All right, look, this is gonna be called the part one of
Now,
if you're gonna tell the story, then tell the full
now,
truth.
okay,
You
look,
feel me?
I'm gonna be for real. I'm used to hanging around black men of different socioeconomic standards. So the black men from the hood, the black men from the jets, the black men that kind of know something, the black men from the suburbs. So for me, it is not hard to follow what he's saying. But I know people was having issues. They were like, "What is he talking about?" Like, I don't know. Like his accent is too much. Basically, what he's saying is, I ain't paying for no flights. You gotta kind of ignore the "what am I saying" and stuff. That is just filler. That's just filler. You know what I mean? I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna be your hood translator today, baby. If you don't get it, I understand. I'm gonna be your hood translator. All he's saying is he's not a young. Don't address to him as a young because he feel like he a grown man. Now he's definitely a YN. I don't understand why he think he's above the definition. Dude, you got the dreads, you got the NYC cap, even though you're from Chicago, you wearing red, you got your tongue out your mouth, you looking cute, you got a slit like you sassy. You got a lot going on right now, sir. You definitely a fashionable man. So to me, he seems like a liar. You have to be able to tell liars. They will use a lot of filler in their language. They will not look at the camera. They will flash you with all these jewelries and these good clothes and stuff because they're deceivers. That is what they do. So they want you to look at the outside because what they're about to tell you is some BS. And I want you to keep that in mind for his part two.
I ain't gonna lie, like you really done fucked up. Let me get in the hang of this shit for real, cause now I got it figured out, so I can go ahead and do these little. You get what I'm saying? So look, right now we just gonna piggyback off of the whole she said some shit like what it is. Oh yeah, he got mad with me because I was out of town and texting my kids and all that, like whatever the fuck that's supposed to be about. Anywho, that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing at all. You get what I'm saying? Fast forward to these messages. You get what I'm saying? Now check this out. She say like, I supposed to pay for a hotel or we argued about a hotel or some shit about like some shit with some money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what really pissed me off. Like that's what made me even get into this whole you did anyway, you feel me? Now, that's my whole thing. Now, I done made it clear that I was getting my daughter Friday. You know what I'm saying? I let her know at 4 p.m. on Friday, like, okay, well, I'm getting my daughter and I'm gonna have her for the weekend, or the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Now, your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock, whatever the case may be. Your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock at night. Now, by your flight don't leave at 11 o'clock tonight, meaning like, okay, well, I ain't really trying to be mean to you, but like, I'm gonna give you all the signs. Well, for this, I will. I just told you my daughter coming. I done already let you know, like, beforehand. I'm not bringing nobody around my daughter. Like, it ain't none of that type of shit going on, especially no strange. Like, it ain't none of that going on. I got too much respect for myself. You know what I'm saying? My daughter.
This is what a deceiver will do. A deceiver will put a, you know, specific scenario in your head. Nothing that's happening in the moment, but definitely something that is realistic. And he'll put that out there just so he'll have a fallback plan on what his excuse is going to be in the future. Okay, so his excuse is, I already told you I'm not going to have nobody around my daughter, and I just said that I had my daughter, so I can't come see you. Now, I can't come see you is like what, 5 words? I can't come see you. 5 words. You having your daughter is another set of words. So, sir, you're not being truthful. You're dodging. You still wanted her to come. You weren't going out your way. But if you was happening to get that coochie, you wouldn't have minded. So we have to be honest. No, he wasn't going to turn down no free coochie if she was giving it away. But at the same time, this man won't doing nothing that said that he was specifically like courting that coochie or courting that woman or courting anything, you know? So for me, also understand this, because I do think as strategist women, we will meet men like this where they'll say, well, I told you this, but what they said was very irrelevant. It is very irrelevant to them. It's very relevant to them because liars speak in riddles. Liars speak and, Joel's era. So I like to talk in a lot of poems and poetry and stuff. Basically, stuff that you have to put together, match together, think about 2 or 3 times before you really get to know the true story. He is a deceiver, and that is why he couldn't tell her, honey, I'll pay you back. Don't come out here.
The mama and my daughter alone. People be having weird intentions and shit towards kids. Whatever. Now, so if I'm letting you know this already on some, like, you feel me? It ain't none of that going on. Then off rip, you feel me? You should have either not even got your ass on the flight for one, because your flight didn't leave until 11 o'clock later on that night. I told you at 4 o'clock. You try to tell me like, oh yeah, I already checked in my flight. Checking in your flight don't mean nothing at all. You know why? Because you still can cancel or like whatever. It don't matter. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact you can cancel your flight, reservation, whatever, get a refund, whatever. So I let her know, like, you feel me? It's a possible chance that I can get a, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility that I can get a babysitter. But like that one never 100%, you feel me? Like, regardless of me getting a babysitter or not, right? I never, ever was staying at no hotel for one. Like, you're a stranger. You get what I'm saying? I was not doing no shit like that. You a stranger.
And here this man goes speaking in riddles again. He is basically, letting her know that it's not going to be a situation where we're spending Valentine's Day together. I'm giving you flowers, and a box of chocolates, and I'm about to be, so romantic with you when you come out here. His energy and his vibe is, at the most part, telling me that he really isn't feeling her. And not only not feeling her, he's giving a disgusted vibe. Like, he really don't even, like, he's not even understanding why she came. I will say he wasn't being forward with her, but I also think that he was giving her enough signs that she should have listened. Now, I am going to be Mother Goose. When he shows the screenshots, I'm going to read each and every last one of them for you, because this man was, through text message, being as direct as he could and as dry as he could, and this lady just wasn't picking up the signs.
I don't even know you for real, and you too thirsty. Like, you throwing me off for real. You too thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Now, cool. Now, in the mix of all that, right? Okay, she get her. Now, she get her. She knew on the plane, like, oh yeah, she had to get her a room and shit like that, whatever the case may be. Because of the simple fact, I get to ask her shit like, okay, well, what you finna do as far as in like hotel wise? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna help you look for a hotel, like GT, you know what I'm saying? But like, you should be already under the impression, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you not to come for real, because of some fact, I gotta let you know I got my daughter. If a nigga telling you like, okay, well, he got his daughter and you can't, he not bringing you around his daughter, my daughter, this, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be here with me. So she gonna be here with me, then that means you can't be here at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't none of that going on. Cool. Long story short, whatever the case may be, she ended up paying for her own flight. You feel me? She ended up paying for her own hotel or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? She's mad or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, look, right now, she never not once said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for the hotel, but when I land, give me the money. What? The first thing I told her was, Find something that you can afford. You feel me? Like find something you can afford, whatever in your budget. Like you know what I'm saying. So this shit ain't about no $300 or no hotel or nothing like that. We never argued about no hotel because I made it clear, like clear as day. Like okay, well, I'm not sleeping in no hotel. Why in the fuck would I sleep in a hotel? I mean, I got a house. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm just worried about your well-being. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's already them at 1 o'clock in the morning when you land. You gotta have somewhere to sleep at. I don't want you to sleep in the airport or no shit like that. You feel me? Cool. Now she get all that shit done or whatever the case may be.
So what this is an impossible situation. And I'm going to call it an impossible situation because this is how a ninja will set you up. What he's saying is he not paying for it, but you can't stay at his house. So if you come out here, you are expected, to be responsible for your own accommodations. Now, this is what this ninja is saying. You may not understand because of the Chicago slur, but this is what he's practically saying to her. He's practically saying, and someone said that this was King Von's cousin. I don't know. People be saying whatever on the internet. But he is from Chicago. So if he happens to be related to any of the gang culture and she knew this, she also could have been looking for an in, out, a new baby daddy, a new child support check, anything. We don't know. So he's putting her in an impossible situation as far as I'm not going to do anything for you. So whatever you choose to do from this moment forward is completely and strictly on you. Him saying whatever is in your budget is not sounding like he's ready to pay. Because why would he be worried about your budget if he was planning on getting you a hotel room? So this is where we have to use our brains and not put ourselves in depreciating situations. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're losing money, you're losing your self-respect, you're losing, your religion or anything like that. This is just entirely too much for a okay, medium, ugly dude who may be related to King Von and wears one chain. Like one chain, we don't even know if it's real. Honey, we don't even know if this chain is real. She was ready to crash on that surfboard because of a chain and some cars and a house. What did she think she was going to do? Slither her way in the house? Now, if you ask me, they tell you something about Atlanta dudes, okay, and their fluid sexuality. So I would already be wary of talking to any man from Atlanta. But now it's becoming a mythical legend, the man from Atlanta who's going to ruin your life. They had that lady who just had a random baby with the man from Atlanta, but ended up, just taking the money from TikTok and funding this man's lifestyle. Now you have him. Atlanta dude will embarrass you.
She act like she got an attitude out of this world. She really was on some like selfish shit, like on some like she thought I was gonna put her before my daughter type shit. Like, oh yeah, well, we had plans and what the fuck ever. Like, I don't give a fuck who you is. Don't nobody come before my daughter. You feel me? Now, mind you, like, okay, so that was that whole Friday. Now look, I still text her on Saturday just to make sure like she was good, she was safe. Because at the end of the day, you're not from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You're not from Atlanta at all. I'm not from Atlanta at all. But like, it was just cold that night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, are you okay? You know, on some like checking up on her type shit. You feel me? See, oh yeah, I had found a room. You know, none like everything was regular for real, for real. Now the shit really went left for real that Saturday when it came to the point what it is. She got to text me all like extra thirsty ass shit. Like you got breath mints and like numbing spray. You know what I'm saying? That shit new to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, okay. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brush that off. And then you got to ask me shit like, oh yeah, have I ever gave my ass ate? My behind ate. I don't know if TikTok gonna like blur it out or some shit because of that. Hold on, what the fuck? This lady throwing me off now. You know what I mean? You throwing me off. You throwing me all the way off. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, nah, hell no. She won't be seeing me at all. You get what I'm saying? I'm not finna link up with you. I'm not finna have sex with you.
Translation, you are entirely too comfortable with the fact that not only did I just stand you up But you are entirely too sexually active, Miss Ma'am. I don't know where you're from. First of all, when I tell y'all that throat spray almost took me out. Because yeah, like as a kid, I used to play with throat spray because it numbs your throat. And don't do this, y'all. Don't do this. Hi, Unica. It's nice to see you in the chat. Um, but yeah, I know it numbs your throat, but as far as using that for sexual activity, that is absolutely not only insane, that is entirely like you've been having intercourse for entirely too long if you don't figure that trick out. Like if you have too much intercourse, if that is something that you have in your your back pocket, okay, I'm gonna just tell you that. So he's already like, nah, this can be anybody. This could be your average streetwalker. She got throat number spray in the back, and I hate that she even came out here with this story because it was true that she was trying to keep some of this stuff in the background. But he's just exposing it all. Like, no, she's a thirsty, THOT, and I wasn't here for it. I wasn't trying to pay to play.
It ain't none of that going on. Like, I'm cool on it. I'm straight on it. Now, mind y'all, it would never ever be a storyline. It wouldn't be a story time. It wouldn't be none of that. You know why? If I pulled up to see her at that hotel, had I had sex with her, any of that shit, you know what I'm saying? If any of that shit would have went her way as far as in like sexual intercourse, she would have never made a story time. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, like she was scaring me on some like, hold on, what the fuck? Don't be saying no shit like that to be like, you scaring me for real on some shit. Like, like, hold on. You been a little bit too thirsty, you feel me? Now, my whole thing is on top of you being a little bit too thirsty, right? I mean, on top of her being a little too thirsty, right? I'm just like, all right, okay, whatever. You feel me? Like, now mind y'all, rewind. We was texting this shit for like probably like a week and a half. I want to say we probably was texting for like a week and a half for real. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I ain't never been on the phone at all. Like, never been on the phone. No, we get on FaceTime for the first time. You feel me? It was like a 3-minute call or some shit like that. But when I first get on the phone, I got my face in the camera. She got her face in the camera. But she got on like these clear glasses. Now, when I say stop playing, put your face in the camera, I don't know if that like rubbed her the wrong way, but I'm just in my head like this not the same person that I was just looking at on Instagram. You feel me? So now, like, I'm not saying she ugly. I'm not taking that from her at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like she not the like what she looked at like on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So it caught me off guard type shit. So now I'm really just trying to like rush her off the phone for real. But like I'm giving her a cold shoulder to the point where it is like, damn, you're not getting the.
Now I'm not okay. I can't listen to ignorance for too long. It's kind of hard. My head kind of is banging just a tiny bit. And long story short, he's basically saying that he wasn't feeling her from the get go. And although it was nice to entertain having that option, he wasn't ready to pay the cost to be the boss. Now, I don't know what is going on with these effeminate.
She got a sore throat. She got a sore throat. You ain't just had no coat on at nighttime. She got a sore throat, dog. She say something totally Hold on. She got a sore throat. You ain't just had no coat on at nighttime. She got a sore throat, dog.
I don't know. Y'all make anybody famous for anything these days. And it sucks that this is even coming. Why is there such thing as a throat spray, girl? Girl, why is this even something that is popping right now? These 304s need to be stopped. At this point, I'm tired of it. Keep your shenanigans to yourself. I'm over it. I don't want to hear about it. Make your money in peace. That's all I see for the girls. If I'm really being honest, and he didn't even deserve to get 2 inches near her. You can see in the way that he's talking that this is a little boy. He got scared. He's like, I got scared. Like, I didn't know what he was talking. Shot throat spray. What? Raggy? I don't know what that is. Me neither. I would have been scared too. You are a little too experienced, Miss Madam. I don't know what's going on, So this is not it. Like this is not it. There's a new character. Choose your character. There's a whole new character. So as he stated in his original TikTok, he was with his daughter and he was not going to have this random trick around his daughter. That was not true. He had a whole nother girl that he had at Valentine's Day, and she ended up seeing him respond to the entire situation. Turns out he was laid up with a whole nother girl from out of town. Now she didn't specify if he helped her pay for the flight. She definitely showed some like screenshots and some videos of her laying up in the bed. So she had accommodations as far as she was in his house, but no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. He didn't have his daughter in sight. He was actually with his other girl. And this is given completely non-committal man. So clearly he just got his heart broken by his baby mom. So he's just gonna play any girl who's dares to come, in his way. And I'm gonna show y'all a few of my faves' videos. There is one woman that I've come across who I really liked how she explained this entire situation. But I'm gonna show y'all the screenshot, Yanni's response, and the woman who is coming out and exposing that he lied about his daughter. He lied on his daughter, y'all. This man, ooh.
Okay, so we're gonna pull up these messages because I gotta see what he's talking about. So he posted the messages about how
So he says, yeah, I hate small talk. Yeah, you right. I hate small talk. Let me know when you in Atlanta. Now I could take this two ways. Like, I don't like to be on the phone, or I really don't like to be on the phone with you. Hit me up whenever you're in town, or hit me up when you land. Now, if he was expecting to see her, I would expect him to say, hit me up when you land. But I understand, language and vocabulary is a dime a dozen. So he says, let me know when you come to Atlanta. Anyway, it can be resolved one way or another. Blah, blah, blah. I agree. This is what Throat Spray Girl says. I agree. When I'm in Atlanta, I'll hit you whenever I'm just in Atlanta. So she understood the vibes right here. In this first part of the message, he is basically telling you like whenever you're in town, you come through, like you have a vacation, a girls trip, call me. I'm the little piece of dingaling that you can call when you went out here. But as far as me coming out there to see you, us going on dates, I'm not really interested in talking to you any further. That's what he said in the first, two sentences. She texts back February 10th, 10:36 p.m. saying I booked it. My cousin got me scared, LOL. She's screaming, you don't even know him. So now look at her. She's trying to make it seem like he may harm her. When woman, he didn't even ask you to come. You may harm him. He says, what? She think I'm gonna do something to you or something? Now I don't know what he basically didn't respond to the fact that she booked a flight. Throat Spit Girl says, LOL, yeah, she's telling me stories of people going to see people, and one girl, a guy cut her body into pieces all crazy and stuff. Now I know she's talking about a case with a young black girl, Sade. She unfortunately died due to murder. Now, woman, this is not two totally different these totally two different situations. But I'm gonna let her continue.
he didn't pay. So wait. I don't know what this is about. She said you paid for the flight. You said you didn't. Who lying? So he posted the receipt. So he was still hit.
So in his TikTok series exposing her, it exposed like the screenshots of her texting back and forth. So this is what Yanni is reading right now. He says, I fell asleep. Are you okay? 3 simple words. She says, hey, I feel a lot better. Still a little upset. Just happy to finally have a room. It's not my norm, but that's all I could find. AKA, hey, I'm out here still. I'm in some cheap little rinky dink place. I'm used to big ballers coming out here and spending. Where you at? He says, good thing is you're okay. I was trying to stay up, but after I put her to sleep, it was done for. Now, when you learn that this man isn't actually with his daughter, this whole text message just seems a little bit more less innocent than it sounds right here. Good thing is you're okay. Basically meaning, look, you could be chopped up into pieces right now, ma'am. I'm going to leave you where you're at. I'm just glad that you're not sleeping in a hotel room or nothing like that. But since you're not like in any real danger or you're not like just out here stranded, I'm good and you're good.
So he was checking in on her. He said, okay, so he was he was checking in on her, saying that he had fell asleep. He wanted to know if she was okay. He wanted to know if she was okay. Then she responds, hey, I feel a lot better, still a little upset, but just happy to finally have a room. It's not my norm, but was all I could find. He responds, good thing is you're okay. I was trying to stay up, but after I put her to sleep, it was done for. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We gonna come back to that. Then she responds, he did not respond back. Then she responds, I just wanted to meet you, I guess, but I learn ish from every situation. That's why I'm so calm. I really just hate wasting my time for real. Girl, you wasted your own time with this. I think anybody would. When I go home, we probably never talk again. I know you probably don't care, but I really have faith in this whole thing. Crazy. And it's not even your fault. You did what you was supposed to, but I ain't gonna ever forget this. And then he doesn't text back. And then she texts again. I thought about it and I do want to meet you. Are you going to link with me? Can you still get a sitter? Girl, are you serious? Y'all, this is crazy. So she was trying to link with him. It wasn't the other way around. So she took the fact that this man was checking in on her to make sure she was okay. She took that as he wanted to still see her. Girl, are you okay? That's crazy. Okay. I guess. I guess. Then this is the conversation they had with the throat spray. This is what really turned him off, which is so crazy to me. So she sent him a pic.
So this is the throat spray conversation. She's like, the only pick you need. LOL. So this is supposed to turn him on. This is supposed to be like, I guess this is how she got it together, right? You get it? I got a picture, but I don't know what that is. LOL, that's throat spray and breath spray strips. He said, you got a sore throat? Babe, that was for me to give you head. Oh my God. The throat spray numb your throat. So it, girl, she is pulling out old tricks out the hat I ain't never heard of before, y'all. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. I ain't never heard that before. And I hope y'all never hear that again. I hope this is the last time we hear about something like this.
And then goes, are you in Atlanta? And he goes, yes. Now, where are you at? And then she responds, I'm in the Bahamas. Okay. So then she sends a photo of herself, her.
So in this one, he says no New Jersey. No, I guess this is her text to him. You live there? No, New Jersey. Okay, not bad. So we gonna exchange numbers, or she gave him her number, and now she's posting up thirst traps on Instagram. So he responds to the thirst trap. Now this is important. He responds to the thirst trap. Now this is important. I'm just gonna have to reiterate this to y'all so y'all can understand where his motives are. He responds to the thirst trap. Now I'm sure she posted a lot of stuff that day, inspirational stuff, pictures with her kids. He responds to the thirst trap and says, posting but no good morning response is crazy. He's acting like he likes her.
Little cute mirror ass pic. And then he goes, posting but no good morning response. Back is crazy. We make it make sense.
Now he's playing into her delusion even more, laughing my E off. Us both knowing our worth is a good thing. We might hit heads from time to time, but we make it make sense. And I'm in Atlanta. All you got to do is tell me what time you land, and I'll be there 30 minutes before. So this is, when he's entertaining the idea of her coming down and then, linking and having a great old fancy time. Now, this is important because you may, meet somebody online. You may meet somebody who you may really want to meet in person, but they don't happen to live near you. There are particular ways that you need to go about this courting. It can work, but you have to follow a particular amount of steps. He should be providing your way. You are coming to him. Not only as providing your way, you should be completely safe and accommodated as far as fed and dressed and cleaned and emotionally taken care of. If you're a visitor, that's just how it is. That's how you treat your regular guest. So him talking this stuff here, this is a bait and switch. And most men will do this. They'll bait and switch you. They'll tell you what you want to hear, you need to hear, so you can invest your energy into it. But then they'll switch it up, not commit to whatever they baited you with, and now you're left holding the bag. So this is regular men, psychology and stuff like that. This is how they get what they want. But your job is to get what you want as a strategist. Here it says, I'm really what works for you. She says, I'm down for whatever. Okay, I'm figuring it out now. He says, okay, let me know. Okay, so this is him. He says, I'm down for whatever. He's not being communicative. He's really not adding in, this is where I want you to go. He's not taking control of the situation. So when a man is not, this is their natural realm. They take control of situations of pretty girls. They love to dress up a pretty girl. They love to have a pretty girl in the room that they picked. They love the control of the whole situation, especially if they are a quote unquote trick. So if he is not committing to the control of the situation, he's not interested. She says, you like the Copper Cove, the restaurant. I'm mostly going to come this weekend. I'm free. Just got to figure out the day. I'm thinking Saturday. He says, I don't like Copper Cove. Not Saturday is a good day. Saturday's not a good day. I don't like Copper Cove. She says, why not? I heard it's nice. What he's basically doing is, shooting down your dreams and your ideas, saying, if we do go there, I'm not going to be cooperative.
Go to a little lounge or some shit like that for real, for real. But if you come on the weekend, most of the time, everything got shit to do with sections that you gotta reserve. I mean, but if you just like want to do like some little fun, chill shit or bowling or a place to go eat or something, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, like, then that's cool too. Like, I'm really down for whatever.
What he's saying here, and this is why you have to understand YN, because if you don't understand YN, you will get played. Okay, if you don't understand, this is why you can't be one of those people that's like, oh, I don't hang around poor people. Because if you don't, you're going to come across a poor person or a swindler or a criminal who is really good with a gift of gab, and you won't even be able to tell Like, what's what? Because they are trained in naivety. So what he's saying is, if you're coming down here to do some cheap stuff, I'm your guy. If you thinking I'm about to blow a section or a bottle, get you a room with some roses, balloons, and a cake, it's not happening. Chill stuff and some McDonald's, Zaxby's in the car. That's what he's talking about right now. We can go down the street to the Burger King. That's what I got in my budget. But you see, you got to understand why in.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case.
To the ladies that are not understanding his lingo, this is game. Like, this don't mean nothing. Like, this man could be like, "Oh, I have $1 million waiting on you." She would believe him. Like, that's what this gives. This doesn't mean anything. This is just some word salad that he's feeding you. Some sweet nothings, just something you want to hear. So then she responds back to, "I'm down for whatever." And then she goes, "Okay, I'm figuring it out now." Maybe some Tubi.
So this really is some Tubi stuff. This is his girlfriend, and I know y'all gonna call her the preference. Look, I think this is a good teaching experiment. I think it is good that two women of two totally different phenotypes are involved in this situation, just so y'all can see that it really don't even matter what you look like, what type of fetish you scratch in this man's head. He is not stuff. So when he was lying and saying that he was with his daughter, he was with another woman outside of, his situationship. He was with this girl. Now, do I feel like she was holding it down? I don't think she was a rude girl. She definitely didn't fall into the typical "I'm gonna fight" with the other girl about it. She was being, sympathetic. She seemed to be a pretty fair woman and a real fair girl about her. So I don't think that this girl deserves no hate. And I actually don't even believe in the whole preference talk that we've been fed really recently. I don't believe that that is important. Like, I don't even think, I think a man's psychology and how he treats women and if he respects a woman, I think that is so much more important than if he's attracted to what you look like, or or if what you look like brings him a particular social standing,
Like, and all I can do is laugh because niggas really be full blown liars though. Like, not even just that. This shit is all crazy. Like,
Wait. She said, "So had me believe his story. Come to find out, this is the daughter he was talking about." Oh, this is crazy.
not even just that. This shit is all crazy. Like, and I really didn't even want to get on here because honestly, this shit is embarrassing. Like, this is crazy, but I just can't believe it. Like, hmm. So basically, to sum up the whole thing, I've been talking to him for like a month, probably almost a month. We talking back and forth. I was supposed to go see him, not this last, like this previous weekend, not this past, but the weekend before. But I couldn't because me and my baby father, like we co-parent and we do like we swap weeks. Like I have 1 week, he have another. So I explained that to him or whatever, and I was like, I'll come up there if I get a babysitter, but I'm not really pressing the issue because when it comes to my son, I'm really gonna be there. Like, I'm not gonna force somebody to watch my son or, just to go be with a nigga in another state. Like, I'm not doing that. So he was starting whatever. He like, you wasting my time, you wasting my money. We look, he got into it about it because like,
Somebody was like, "Why they all have kids?" I mean, when you out here moving like this, you gotta have a few. Seriously, this is crazy.
Not only is this crazy, this is really irresponsible. Like, if I'm going to be honest, like, you really want to avoid all of these people if you happen to see them. The way that they're moving around, I wouldn't be surprised between the three of them if there are some STDs involved. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, this is a lot of swapping around. This is a lot of moving. This is a lot of relationships. She got 3 kids. He got a kid. She got a kid. They all got kids. It looks like they all are, participating in the sex industry. It just seems like a whole lot for our next generation. And they like to talk about us child-free people, talking about people with kids and how, oh, we shouldn't talk. We don't got no kids. But we definitely not doing this stuff. We may not have no kids, but we definitely not out here like this. You can't be. You can't be. You got to have a few kids when you're this irresponsible. You know what I mean? This is just completely, insane. So she's going to continue on to tell her story.
All of this moving around, not to really build anything, just to get your rocks off. That's all I've been hearing this whole time. That's all I've been hearing this whole time. And listen, can y'all stop with the whole, oh, let me guess, she's a preference. Did she win a prize? Did she get a prize? She didn't. She didn't get a prize. She got a baby daddy. What are we really upset about? Like, what are we really mad about? She got a baby daddy. And then she got a baby daddy that was out here trying to play games at 25, trying to be on some player stuff with 2 women at the same time. Like, come on. Like, I wouldn't care about. But I mean, if this is all about desirability, I guess. I guess.
Like, I feel like he wasn't understanding the point of, I can't get no babysitter. Like, and I already gave him the option of me coming when my son was going with his dad. So that's what it was. Like, you know what I mean? So I ended up going out there. We just, it was cold as fucking rainy as fuck. Like, if you're in Atlanta, you know how the weather just was out there. Like, was shit, like, I wasn't too pressed. I'm not even, I don't even know. Like, so like a couple days later, I'm like, well, shit, like, do you still want me to come out there on the 13th? Guess the response. Just guess. Just guess. Just take a wild ass guess. Baby boy said he was gonna have his daughter. I'm like, okay, you being funny. Like, you only being funny because I said I had my son, and I like, you being funny. That's the whole crazy part to this. Like, was really fucking me up. But I kept it, cool, whatever. And I'm like, whatever. Da da da. So the 12 come around. 12 come around, right? He texts my phone in the morning, good morning, da da da. Tomorrow the 13th. Oh, so now you want me to come.
So this is what I'm getting. I'm trying to read in between the lines. So okay, so he had a game plan in place. He was using his daughter as the game plan, but the daughter was never going to be there for Valentine's Day. That's what I'm getting. So there was no real babysitter at all. It was just another girl. So he used that as a way to try to see how he could juggle these situations to see which woman he wanted to deal with on Valentine's Day. Okay. And so I guess the throat spray and the breath mints was just a little too much for him. It scared him. She was coming across a little too thirsty for him. And so he decided that he didn't want to spend Valentine's Day with the other girl.
Meet Brie. She's always saying, I'll do it someday, constantly.
So that is, I think the desperation on this girl's throat, whatever she needed, the money, the clout, whatever she needed, she definitely sprayed this man off. And that is what you'll do when you're wreaking that type of energy. I've been in it before. I'm not going to sit here and cap to the world. Yeah, when you have that desperation, it's almost like a skunk spray to men. It's like, nah, get out the vicinity. Everyone needs to leave. And only when you get some self-respect. And notice how these women are talking about the nails, the hair, the lashes. The lashes is pressed. The hair is done. The baby hair is laid. But I don't see any self-respect in any of the clips. None of the clips are giving self-respect. None of the clips ever gave woman of dignity, woman of class, woman of ladylike stature. None of this gave like women that you want to even make a mother. And the fact that these people are really like role models to children is the scariest part. These are the people that your kids be going to school with. It matters because these are the people that don't be on the PTA meetings. These be the people that be next door. And it's not that important because ratchetness always exists in its own bubble, but it is kind of interesting to see how both of them think that they are completely in the right.
But he was both telling them the same game, and he made the decision based off of this girl wasn't being thirsty and the other girl was being thirsty and scared him off. That's what I'm getting. So, but both of them was in his little game plan.
I still took my ass out there though, because like when I said this nigga is a whole vibe, like I don't know how he is with anybody else, but I know like how he was with me. Like that shit was too good to be true, and now I see like it was way too good to be true. And it's so crazy. On my way, like I'm rushing around, I'm getting all the shit in order.
Girl, what? This
At the last minute because I wasn't supposed to go. Like I had plans to go to my friend Galentine's. I miss my Galentine's for this shit. Like what?
I don't think she was thirsty. I think she was just easily impressed. She seems like she's easily impressed. The other girl seems thirsty. Easily impressed, and then the other girl was thirsty. So she had a guy treat her, I guess, in a way that she always wanted, and she was just so impressed by that. So, he was a vibe.
It's like what? And let me show y'all my flight. Hold on, I gotta go to my email. And this was my flight. February 13th, right? To February 16th. Like, so I go, everything cool, everything perfect.
Did he pay for this flight on Frontier? This is crazy.
Well, she said that he was cussing her out because she was playing with his money. I do believe if he didn't pay, he went half with her. He definitely contributed to this situation, and that's why he was a little bit more willing to have her come in and actually commit to this. I think he actually put some money into this one.
Feeling and whatever. We still talking as normal when I leave. We everything normal. And whatever day that shit started, like we was talking, we was on the phone, boom, boom, boom. He like, hold on, I'm gonna call you back. So end up saying goodnight or something. And he like, my bad, I was arguing. But I'm not thinking of nothing like, okay, I just brushed that shit off. I'm like, the next day or something, I don't know what day it was. My day is fucked up now. Like, I seen him on the internet posting messages, but I'm like I'm confused. Like, I was so confused. So, he had said something about like, oh, my bad, I was putting my daughter to sleep. But I looked at the date. You was what? You was doing what? I'm not your daughter. So who was you talking about? I didn't even say shit because, I was going to let that shit unfold. I didn't think it was some shit like this, though. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I get on the internet or TikTok or whatever. I see the story, but I'm not, like, you're not thinking like that ever.
Girl, so you went out of town, you got your booty wet, and you went home, you had a good time. Okay, this relationship started off sexual.
She didn't think that he would lie. She didn't think that he was a liar. She didn't think that he was entertaining anybody at the time because she felt like he was just that into her at the time. Whatever attention that he was showing her, he was just really into that.
We grown, right? No feelings attached. Then you get back home and you find out all of this. Why are we shocked? I just what you got what you wanted from the situation and experience, unless you thought there would be more, which he probably did imply because he was trying to get something out of you that he wanted, which to say. She's still, when they do that, when they do that, you already know. She want this man. That's why she didn't play the full message. She want him though. She still want him because like a woman that don't want you and you already putting it out here, you gonna put everything out here. You're gonna continue to play that voicemail message. So she still want this man. She's somewhat still protecting him in a way publicly because she still want him. And it's probably because he treated her well for Valentine's Day, where he wanted to get some from somebody. It could have been you. It could have been 5 other girls. Hell, there could be some other women out here that we don't even know about that ain't even said nothing. This is crazy.
I understand she said what she said on the internet, but at the end of the day, if that would have been me, which it could have been me, it could have very much been me. Like, and I was thinking that on the way down there, like, damn, what the fuck is it? What if this some weird ass shit? Like, what if this some weird ass shit? Like, I really feel bad for that girl because she just wasted all her time and her energy. Like,
and then she feeling bad for the other girl, like she didn't sit up here and get played herself. Like what? Like I feel bad, but I only feel bad because I'm above you because he spent Valentine's Day with me, but he.
And if I have to if I have to be for real, like sometimes we as women, we will disassociate in those ways. We will. We will. I could, just, instead of being realistic, like we all got messed over here. Well, I got messed over, but not as bad because I may have not invested as much, or maybe I didn't lose as much dealing with him. And now I have bragging rights. When in realistic, like in all fashion, this man is a ticking time bomb around his daughter, his family. Like this man is embarrassing. And if he could do this for Valentine's Day, imagine what, his day-to-day, player lifestyle entangles. Imagine all the other women, like Yanni said, who else didn't say anything. There are probably more women out there who know of this man and do business with him, and they understand that this is just a fluke.
He lied to you the whole time.
I ain't even like tripping off of for real. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm really lost for words. Like, people really be having ill intentions, and people will really sell you a dream. Like, like I'm going out there all excited, like, oh, this is new shit, like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm telling him, like, bruh, we both telling each other, like, what we've been through, boom, boom, boom. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna think with you and it's gonna be that. It was never that. It was way more than, like, y'all know, yeah, like, y'all, come on.
If a man is getting sex, girl, he's gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. Yeah, I'll buy you that house. Yeah, I'll buy you them shoes. Yeah, I'll get you them bags. Like what? Yeah, I would love to have a future with you. Then afterwards, after he got what he wanted, it's just never the same after that. So I'm just like, and then leading with sex, this is what is gonna get you. I don't know. I just feel like these girls should be grown enough to know better. That if you're gonna lead with sex, then you can't have any real expectations, and then you also have to.
Fantasy Island Girl says he lied and denied you. Yeah, she also should have, maybe kept her mouth closed, because he really did. He wasn't even trying to let the world know that he was with you either. Like, he was trying to make it seem like he was a good family man, and that this woman had just went off on him for no reason. There was no player activities involved, and whole time this is the daughter in question.
Consider that he may be dealing with other people. You're not in a committed relationship. I don't even know what this was. Like, this is more of like a sneaky link situationship.
This is not a sneaky link, and this is definitely seeming like, some opportunistic, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, you help me out, I got you, I got somewhere for you to eat and sleep if you got, a good little warm thing for me to drown in. And that is what it always gave. It never gave anything else. So with the woman coming out, it makes me feel like she already knew that there was another woman, and that she kind of doubted that he was actually with the daughter, and she kind of got it where she wanted with exposing the entire situation. She wanted to see if he was with another girl. And yes, ma'am, she was, but what does that do for you in knowing that he chose somebody else? You know what I'm saying? What does it do for, your situation? What does it prove? So I'm gonna end on this clip. I found this woman and she was explaining this entire situation from top to bottom, reading the mess out of everybody. And she was really my internal head, like how I thought about the whole situation. She was exactly what I was thinking about. So I'm gonna let her explain it. And then at this point, I'm gonna give my final thoughts. And I think we could be done for the night. Don't y'all think? So we're gonna start right here. And her name is Table for Two. So definitely look at her YouTube channel. She is a pretty dark skinned girl and she has the commentary game on lock.
Whenever you see a man with Burberry on at the baby shower, he has 2 girls pregnant at one time. That is a theory that I would never let go. I really believe that. That's something I made up in my head that I really believe. I feel like with Miss Kim, even though this heifer came in my comments and called me ugly, she didn't basically say ugly, but she was just like, oh, you don't have, when I made the video about her initially when everything went down, she was like, oh, you have no room to talk about nobody. Mind you, I never said she was ugly or nothing. I just talked about the facts of the case, which like, why would you fly out of town, pay for your own stuff and trying to eat rump from a random man? She was like, oh, you need to look at your face or something like that. And I was just like, the face that's in the camera with no filter, you talking about the face that I be up here making videos with no filter, lashes missing, eyebrows on, that face, she definitely was trying to say the girl was ugly. Nevertheless, I'm still not gonna get up here like a child and be calling her ugly, you ugly, this and that. Girl, I don't play them games. I know how to read a bitch without saying anything about their looks, weight, health, or anything. I would really go off on you. But this ain't about that. Explain the difference between tricks and sponsor. A trick pays to play. That's what he want. He don't really care about your needs and you having the latest designer and all that. He just wants to pay right quick to play. Whatever the price is, you put the price on a trick and the trick pay the price. She painted a narrative as if this boy was going to be some type of trick and it never gave trick. He, like I said, when you sit in that nail salon and you got your own nails done, because she said on her video, I got my hair done, I went and got my nails done, and she called off work. Now we know tricks usually say what? Call off, I'm gonna pay you for the day. He never said that he was gonna pay for your day. He never paid for your maintenance for you to come on the trip. Let's be clear. He never booked your flight for you to get there. It was too many red flags from the beginning. I feel like Mama was just Little Caesars. Mama was just, she was hot and ready. I feel like she wanted to fly out of town to go see a man for Valentine's Day, to paint a narrative to the internet that she went and saw a big baller or a YN, a young spender. Again, she's 31, he's 25. She wanted to paint this narrative that she got her a YN that got a couple of dollars, and it just went left for her because why would you do that anyways? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? You got 3 whole kids. Now, she did say that her kids were left with the father, but honestly, it's Valentine's Day weekend. If you don't got no dude, like, do something with your kids or do something for your kids or just spend Valentine's Day yourself. You know how many girls had Galentine's? I myself didn't have a Valentine's Day. I had Galentine's with my girls, which is on my Drink of the Baby page. Go watch it. I had Galentine's with my girls. I don't have a dude, but I do have kids. I'm not going out my way to book no flight for myself. Mind y'all, flights going down, 90 going north right now. We already know that. They on the news every which way talk about how many flights going down. I'm not in a risk of flights going down right now. Book a flight, drop my kids off somewhere to go book my own flight and pay for my own maintenance to go see somebody who I think may be young and hurt. I don't even know, because this person has never showed their hand and did nothing for me. Is insane. That's just how I feel. Even though he did lie and he could have kept it G, it's still insane on your behalf. As far as now, I'm not gonna lie, low-key, I would have just kept it to myself. Like, if you see how he played that girl and you know he was with you for real, I feel like she should have just checked him behind closed doors. It low-key did give I need a little bit clout off this story. Even the way she just kept posting videos without actually telling us a story, just doing little stuff, putting little captions, it gave I want me a couple of followers too. Mind y'all, this boy gained 100,000 followers in like 3 days. So it gave like, I want to get followers too. You know what I'm saying? So you could have just kept that to yourself, girl. You could have kept that to yourself, swept it under the rug, and just checked him about that. And not only that, if you actually got a chance to spend time with him on Valentine's Day and you saw his potential of what he could do and he was promising you go yard and all this, you should have just zipped it up and got what you could get from out of him while also knowing what type of dude he is. Okay, I know this one might be a little green because of what he did to that girl. You hear me? I would have just listened to him tell me little sweet lies just to get what I want to move forward. Like, you already know what type of dude he is. But like, as far as Gotti Boy, and it do give sucker. Like, it do give sucker, because at the end of the day, like, if you was really this young turn YN, well, he said he not a YN, so I called him a YM for young man, since he ain't no young NIGGA. I feel like if you really this young man who you portray to be, like you really, like I said earlier, you could have just been like, listen, baby girl, I ain't gonna be able to, I'm gonna just go ahead and refund you for your flight, but I'm not gonna be able to do nothing with you because, you know, stuff came up or whatever the case may be. Knowing you already didn't like the girl for whatever reason. Now, I do feel like that she may have been a little catfish just off the strength of everything that she posts is heavy filter. It's always makeup with the filter on top. It's like always heavy filter. But it's like, you know, even sometimes when people use filters, because I myself use little light filters and stuff like that, but it never gives like a dramatic filter. When she uses filters, it's almost like you can see when the makeup come off or something, she's really not like an ugly girl. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really tell because it's heavy filter. She even had one video where she used this whole car filter where you couldn't see her face at all. And it just gives like, you know, maybe he is kind of telling the truth of what he imagined she would be. She wasn't, but still, you could have said that. Like you drug it out. No, why would you make this girl pay for her own stuff, knowing that you already had a girl over there? That was not your damn daughter. You know that. You got on here and lied to us, lied to her, most importantly, because we really don't care. Y'all brung all this drama to us. Lied and made it seem like you were with your daughter to try to run this girl off. And it's like you still told her, well, because in the messages he told her, oh, well, I'm not stopping you from coming. Like I never said that you couldn't come. That was your opportunity right there to tell her not to come and reimburse her for her flight at least. If you want to go reimburse her for nothing else, you could have reimbursed her for her flight. That was your instead he sat there and said, oh, I'm not telling you not to come. That was flawed. You already said that you felt some type of way when you seen her on FaceTime. Like that just gave sucker move. Like that just was flawed. All this really could have been prevented. First of all, they would have kept it to themselves and not bring the drama to us. And then I hate when they bring drama to us and tell us to stay out their business. All this, like really, you could have prevented all this. And then it was like so many women was coming out of woodworks, girl, the baby mama, Miss Tattoo, Miss Flight, Miss Go Yard Bags, Miss Eat the Wrong. Like it was just too much. It was too much. At this point, I really do need to see my chart. I really.
So I'm just trying to like paraphrase. So what she's explaining is after the original girl, like the extra character came out and said, okay, well, we was together the entire Valentine's. People were saying, oh, he explained that why would I go for a Nissan when there's a Mercedes Benz right in front of me, right? Basically saying that the woman that he chose to be with, that was the better option for him and that he thought that was a better catch. So why would he, you know, go out his way for the other thing? Because he felt like that was low tier. So continuing on, they call him a colorist, y'all, because he called Miss Throat Spray bottom tier. Even though I feel like the way that she was acting was bottom tier. But yeah, let's make it about her skin complexion. You know, and as a dark skinned woman, I will like call it out. Like, no, it had nothing to do with her skin tone. She was very pretty, but she was also very desperate, and she doesn't seem to be pretty confident with having like the heavy filters on and, you know, calling people out on Instagram, you know, and calling people out on Twitter and say you should look at your face and being funny and stuff like that. That is like a very bad spirit. So continuing on, like doing what we're doing, another woman came out and said it never gave colorist because she's dark skinned and she was getting Go Yard bags, which is the new thing. I didn't know, but yeah, the Go Yard bags are the new Birkins, and she was getting Go Yard bags off Got It Boy. So at the end of the day, I agree, girl. I also need to see a my chart because I'm not understanding like how all these grown adults are getting around, and I know these are not their only sexual partners, and none of y'all got nothing to play. Like all of them people look infected. Okay, so I understand that the sex industry isn't going anywhere. It's the longest profession that has been on this earth. The only thing I really can say is back in the day, and still, people carried themselves to a particular level of decorum, especially on particular um, places, venues, avenues, settings, whatever you want to call it on the internet. You know, people carried themselves a particular type of way, even if they were a gangster, even if they were a bad guy, was a quote unquote slut. They had a certain level of self-respect for themselves in the olden days, I'd say yesteryear. And that respect doesn't exist anymore. Not for ourselves, each other, our children, nothing. Because all of these people have kids, and yet and still they still saw nothing wrong with completely exposing their sex life, exposing their business, and exposing the fact that they all are some flawed individuals. And at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. And when you're not willing to do things the long and hard way, and yes, I know I'm going to sound like someone's grandma, but when you are not willing to really invest in a relationship, be exclusive and monogamous, and really be the best person you can be for one person, this is all you can look forward to. If you're thinking that your whole life you're going to go ahead and get a roster, you can try, but you may end up like Throat Spray Girl. Out here needing throat spray to get the job done. You know, some people just want a microwave fix. You know, they want to be able to get instant connection and instant intimacy without putting in the work. At one point you were supposed to earn getting able to get close enough to somebody's bedroom. That took years of getting to know somebody, years of connection, years of lies, years of, investing in them, years of everything. And now people are jumping into bed with other people based on the fact that he got a nice chain, girl. His chain was glistening, and I almost went blind when I saw his chain, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep with him. And I didn't play, the audio, but apparently she was offering to toss his salad as well. So, honey, she was too ready. In my opinion, she was entirely too ready for the situation. It gave that was her only ninja. Like, it gave that's her only client. It gave she needed that money. She needed whatever she needed to get off that dude. And unfortunately, he didn't give it to her. So she said, if I can't get it by, tricking, I'm going to get it by Risa Teason and telling all my business on the internet. So I do want y'all to support this young lady here and her videos. They are very nice. They're very cute. I love her. She's very confident. She's also dark skinned, as y'all see. So support the sisterhood. But outside of that, she has so much sense. And she's also a respectful woman. She didn't go in on this girl, even though the girl tried to go ahead and throw a little bit of shade.
Really need to see my, and I told him, I said, y'all stop tagging me and stuff until I need to see my chart. I don't want to see nothing else. This is nasty. This is stupid, actually. This is real stupid. And to think y'all brought this to us. To think we didn't ask for this. Y'all brought this to us. I am back now that I have my page monetized. I know I keep saying it. I'm just so excited. I can't believe I literally monetized a YouTube channel in 14 days. 14 days. I think I'm going to do a video because I'm going to do a story time. And in a video, I think I'm going to do a video. No, yeah. I think I'm going to do a video on how I monetized the
So that is the end of the story time, y'all. That was it. That is Throat Spray Girl. That is the tale of the nonchalant YN Dreadhead. There is a mysterious character that came out here. There was a couple of them that actually came out and told too much business. I think that at the end of it, self-respect is something that can't be paid for. Self-esteem is something that can't be paid for. You got to build that over time. And it's hard. I'll be for real. It's hard, especially with your actions. It comes from having, helpful habits and really doing what's best for yourself and not allowing yourself to get played out by simple materialistic and egotistical things. Everybody out here was looking for an image. Everybody out here was looking for clout. Everybody in the situation was looking to get over, being opportunistic. And within that opportunistic situation, they all got hurt. They risked STDs. They embarrassed their bloodline, their family. I wouldn't want these people to be my mama or my daddy. And not only that, what did they win? Not the women didn't win anything. Now this man, he may be able to spin a whole brand from this, be the player, and move on and move happily in the sunset. But the rest of these women, this is going to be their perception, their public perception for the rest of their lives. Whenever you try to get a new job, girl, they're going to look you up and find out that you're the throat spray girl. And you're going to have to explain why this is on everyone's timeline and you're 31 years old, chasing after a 25-year-old. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the age. I think he definitely was. He had a little bit more common sense and street smarts than Miss 31 years old over here. But at the end of the day, and this is how I feel about it, you can't buy self-respect. It's something you got to earn. So you can put on the nails and the lashes, get the money, use the dude. It don't matter. Accomplish the goal. whatever it is for you, it doesn't change the fact that you really need some self-respect to not look crazy out here in these streets. Because when you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything. And that's what goes with these women. These are very naive women. They're thinking that by using their bodies to appeal to a man's dark nature, that they're going to be able to win something that he never intended to give. And to fight for something that nobody else wants makes you an undesirable woman. I'll be honest. So when you go out of your way to fight for something that is trash, when you fighting for undesirables, when you fighting for players and ghetto activity and demeaning and degradation, when you're fighting for that to be your reality, I'ma just tell you, honey, you're fighting for the wrong things. And that makes you undesirable. Nobody fights for this. Nobody gives their body for this. Nobody wants to give their mental to this type of debauchery. It's not worth it. So I know this was fun and games. This was something light and fluffy for me to talk about, but I really just want y'all to understand, like, for real, like, really, like, buckle down. And I think some of y'all need to listen to the message and lock in. Like, you can try your best to do these people how they do you, win, get the money. Without self-respect, all of the money in the world goes to the trash, to the fire, and in the brimstone at the end of the day. So if you have any opinions on this throat spray girl situation, let me know in the comments down below. I think this is it for my spill, y'all. This was enough ratchetness for me. I'm done. I'm tired of translating for y'all. If you have any more ebonics you want to share with me in the comment section, go ahead and leave it down below. This has also been the Strategic Feminine here on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for tuning into my live stream here on my YouTube channel. And if you have not already, like, comment, and subscribe, please turn on your notifications so you know every time I upload a video or go live. And always stay good people, be holy people, read the word and spread the word. And I'm going to be back in my next video. Bye.